Likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla, lecha dodi. Likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. Anachnu nevorech Yah me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Shabbat Shalom and welcome. I am Rabbi Javier Carapan, and I am joined this evening by Leslie Zucker, Joel Krishover, Howard Pittler, Warren Sickle, and our technical team. Special welcome back to Tim Infant, who used to be with me every service for my first, 4 years here or so. So it's great to have you back.
Thanks.
And you brought back your other half.
Yes.
Wow.
Who is working. It's working like nothing ever changed.
I know.
Why
This
is she working?
Really kind of weird.
You need to relax,
It's
Laura.
a condition. It is a condition.
I'm like, you're working. And apparently the prayer books are on the wrong side. I never thought about that. Welcome back. The infants, great to have you back. And special thank you to our BOW committee for bringing out Beyond Our Walls. So at home you can see, have you just shown Laura on the camera? Oh, I thought so. I saw it move. People may not know, we here don't watch the streaming at all. We have no idea what goes on there. Whatever Dave is doing, and he's doing it.
We have to really behave ourselves all the time.
I don't know if it's just how it works. So, for those of you here joining us in person, remember we're calling the numbers in the square brackets. At home, wherever you are, if you have candles, we'd like to light the candles and join us now. Please do so as together on page 120, we welcome Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Continue together on page 124. We enter the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into the sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, and flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer. Continue together on page 134. In the middle of the page, actually at the top of the page, we join the words Zamru Ladonai.
Zamru l'Adonai v'chinor, v'chinor v'kol zimah, b'chotzotzot v'kol shofar. Hariu l'ifnei HaMelech Adonai, ki rama yamulo, tevel v'yosheva. Ne'arotim haruchav yachad harim yiranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot es
continue page 138. We will sing together stanzas 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, all the odd number.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmiyanu el Amei echad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litchila la 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 lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela.
Mikdash, sorry. Mikdash melech melucha, tzu misei mitoch ha'af raf לשבת בעמק הבכר, והוא יחמול עלייך la 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 la
lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela.
התעוררי, התעוררי, תיראי, קומי אורי, אורי, אורי שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה
La 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 lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela.
והיו למשיסה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתן על כלה, la 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 la.
Lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela.
בואי ושלום,
עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וצורה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela.
יאי ליי ליי ליי,
Yai lai 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 lai,
יאי ליי 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 ליי,
yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai.
ברכו
Harechu
את אדוני,
et Adonai, Baruch Adonai, המבורך לעולם ועד.
continue together on page 152.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Leolam Vaed. And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be a symbol between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
Continue together with me, Chamocha, on page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, noratehi lot, osef eleh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
We continue together in the middle of page 160. Excuse me. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and rise us up, O guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful, God, our goings and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'akol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'akol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'akol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'akol amo. Shalom aleinu ve'akol amo. Shalom aleinu ve'akol amo Yisrael.
ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותיהם ברית עולם. na 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 שפתי תפתח na 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 אופי יגיד תהילתך. אננננננננ אדוני. אננננננ שפתי תפתח. אננננננ ופי יגיד. ופי יגיד תהילתך. אנננננננ אדוני. אננננננ שפתי תפתח. אננננננ ופי יגיד. ופי יגיד תהילתך.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, העליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, צומק נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומחיה אמונתו לישני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
The last prayer of the Amidah is a prayer for peace. And during these troublesome times, we want to especially offer a prayer for peace in Ukraine. It's on your handouts. Please join me. One God, ancient and merciful, justice and peace are yours. Hold their retreat from the world and send them to the people of Ukraine for good. Do it for the sake of your name. Do it for the sake of your right hand. Do it for the sake of holiness. Do it for the sake of your children, so that all may live in the fullness of your gifts, as one family on earth under your canopy of love.
Nitzor leshoni mira, v'svatai mideber mima. Alalai nafshi tidom, nafshi ke'afar lakoti Elohai, Elohai. Tak libi. Tak libi, betoratecha, Elohai nitzor l'shoni mira, u'svatai midaber mima. Alai nafshi tidom, nafshi ke'afar lakoti Elohai, Elohai. Ihiu leratzon imrei fi, v'hegyon libi lefanecha, Adonai, Adonai. Adonai suri, Adonai suri, v'goali.
We now think of those in need of healing. Those of you joining us on Facebook Live or on all the streamings, you may have access to the Misheberach list through the e-news that you received this morning. You can also follow the comments, the link in the comments. On Facebook Live, you may offer names by typing them in the comments. We can all see them. For those of us here in person, we invite you to share names as I point around our sanctuary. Start on this corner here, over here. Thank you. As we think of those in need of healing, we add a prayer for those suffering of addiction and mental health struggles. May the one who blessed our ancestors brings blessings of strength, compassion, and healing to those of us who struggle with the oppression of addiction, emotional distress, and mental suffering. Surround us with loving kindness, grace, and companionship, and spread over us a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace. Return us to our holy dignity and restore us to wholeness of spirit, of body, and of mind. we think of those in need of healing, we also turn our prayers to those who help in healing, health workers all over our city and the world during this pandemic. May those who care for the sick with their hands, their voices, and their hearts be blessed with courage and stamina. May those who pursue healing through medical skill and knowledge be blessed with insight, patience, and compassion. May all of us, the sick and the well together, find courage and hope.
The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It is now time for our Simcha moment. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Leslie.
What did you do the first part? It is now, oh, you just said that. Yes. If you are so moved to share a special simcha, a joy from this past week, you can type your simcha into the comments line if you're watching on Facebook. If you're here in person, please come up to the microphone and stand on the little gray X and share with everyone your joy. I feel like my joy is Carol's shirts every time she comes up here. Yes, tell us who you are, even though I just said your name, because it's part of the pattern.
I'm Carol. And every other week, my family gets together for a little bit of schmoozing and prayers for Erev Shabbat. And tonight was the night, and I said I couldn't come because my other family was coming from out of town. And I just think that's so special. But the other thing that happened this week, I've been dealing with some health issues. And so not only was my happy side out in public, but when I was at home, and I made some, everybody makes lists. I make lists every day. This is what I'm going to do. And then most of the time I don't do them. I think that's, we all do that. But I accomplished several of the things on my list, and I was very happy.
Anyone else? Yes. Well, that's okay. I'll say while you're walking up, I think it's clear what my simcha is this evening. Yes. Like a simcha sandwich. Save me from myself, please.
Mine is definitely being off from school and getting to hang out with mainly my mom for like 5 days straight. That was pretty cool. I got this amazing sweater.
It is.
So that's a great thing. Oh, hi, I'm Emma. I work back there. But
excellent. All right. So I heard a rumor that a couple of you may know about this, but today is the 100th anniversary of the first bat mitzvah in the United States. And as you see, I made you a lovely QR code that you can take a picture of if you want to learn more on the 100 Bat Mitzvah website. But here's a little bit for you tonight, because I think this is a simcha for all of us. Imagine it is 1922, and you are a teenage girl. Now, you need to remember that women just got the vote less than 2 years ago, right? You're a teenage girl, women got the vote less than 2 years ago. Your father has just founded the Society for the Advancement of Judaism, the SAJ in New York, which is a liberal shul, for 1922. The men and women still sat separate, but still. Your father tells you on Friday night that tomorrow morning you're going to have a bat mitzvah. you're going to get up in front of the congregation and you're going to read Torah. And you're going to be the first girl to do this kind of thing. I mean, think about that. Now, I don't know what Judith thought, Judith Kaplan, maybe about Esther. I mean, it was just a few days ago that she had celebrated Purim. This was the first Shabbat after Purim that year. Maybe she was thinking about Miriam with Passover just around the corner, a month away. Either way, the next morning, after her father read the official parsha from the actual Torah scroll, Judith, who had to sit with the men that day, by the way, stood up, walked to the bottom of the bima, a respectful distance from the Torah, and read Hebrew and English text from the Chumash. Not what we think of as a bat mitzvah today, but still, think about that. And why is it important? I've had a couple people ask me that. Why is it important to think about this? I mean, we have female rabbis, female board presidents, female vice presidents. I would like to point out that although bat mitzvahs are as usual to us as bar mitzvahs these days, 1922, it wasn't that long ago. 100 years. And it would be another 50 years before a female rabbi was ordained by a seminary in this country, and another 3 years after that before a female cantor was ordained. Folks, that's the 1970s. This is why it's important that we remember these things, and why it's important to remember that Judas said yes. I don't think any of us here today can imagine how scary that would have been, standing up there like that. But by saying yes and standing up and taking her place, she cracked the door open for the next girl and the next girl and the next, and all the girls and women who started demanding, by the way, 12-year-old girls demanding their place in the Jewish community, in the Jewish people, in the body of learning. Just 100 years. So in honor of Judith and all who came before her, and all who came after her, and all who are still fighting for justice for themselves and for others, for seats at the table, for voices in the conversation, it will not surprise you to know I would like to share a song. Now, this song was actually inspired by an event here at Beth Torah. Years ago now, Rabbi Vered Harris was getting ready to leave to take her own step up and into her own pulpit in Oklahoma City. And we had a women's retreat, kind of a little going away women's retreat for her. And during the evening, Rabbi Harris brought down the Torah, and she brought it down in the well so it was easier for all of us to stand around it. And she stood and she read from Torah with her closest friend standing next to her. And I have to tell you, folks, the beauty of that moment was almost unbearable. The memory of the beauty takes my breath away. And I felt transported. I could feel them all, Sarah and Rebecca, Rachel and Leah, Miriam and Ruth, all of us there, maybe all of you here tonight. And that moment became this song, a prayer of gratitude to all the women who have held me up through my life, who do hold me up, and who will hold me up. And I'd start naming folks, but then I wouldn't be able to breathe, and then I wouldn't be able to sing. I stand alone before the altar. Close my eyes and say a prayer. Who will steady me when I falter? Who will pierce my fall with clarity? Open my eyes and I long to join the conversation. Sometimes I can't find my voice. Drowning in my limitation. I forget I have a choice. Then I feel your arms around me. You lend me your words. Your singing surrounds me. A salve for all these worldly hurts. Circle of women. Circle of women. When we're gone from this place, I will still see your lovely face, sustained by even just a trace of the overwhelming grace when I remember circles of women. A circle of women. Circles of women.
Thank you, Leslie. It was beautiful. We have so many simchas about the past and some about the future, because today we are welcoming a new member of one of our families here in the congregation. And if you can, is he all right? Can you guys come up here and be on the... I think yes.
I love it when we have moments like this when we're honoring something from the past and something in the present moving to the future. I mean, really, if that's not Jewish, I don't know what is.
There he goes. If you can stand here, so then you will share a little bit about the. Maybe just a minute. Every person born into this world represents something new, something that never existed before, something original and unique. It is up to us to know and recognize that this new person is unique in the world, a singular character and personality, and that there has never been anyone like this child before. For if there had been, there would have been no need for this new life to be in our world. Eloheinu v'Eloi Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our mothers and fathers, sustain this child through his parents' loving care. Let him be known among our people, Israel, by the name Eliyahu. May his name be a source of joy to him and inspire him to serve our people and all humankind. May his parents rejoice in his growth of body and soul as they brought their son into the covenant. So may he, with wisdom and patience, be led to a life filled with Torah, the blessings of learning and community, chuppah, a loving relationship worthy of God's blessings, and masim tovim, the pursuit of good deeds. And together we say, Amen. Would you share with us his name is Eliyahu in Hebrew and Elijah Herschel in English.
So Elijah is for named after two people. My paternal, so my father, Robert Dukoski, his mother, Evelyn Dukoski, and then Corbin's grandfather, Elmer Nolman. And then the middle name is Herschel, named after my maternal, my mother, Deborah Dukoski, her mother, Helen Padway. And so that's where we got Elijah Herschel Nolman.
Like to offer a blessing over this family, over Elijah, Corbin, and Bren. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. And together we say, Amen. Amen. Mazel Tov. We present Corbin and Bren with Elijah Herschel, his naming certificate, and you can hang it or keep it in a drawer as you wish. And we wish you Mazel Tov and congratulations. It's great to have you. It's great to see you again. I got the simcha of marrying the two of you, so it's wonderful now to see you back here with Elijah. We're delighted to have you and all your family here. Mazel Tov to the entire group. And say hi. You don't know this, but Corbin, tell us where you grew up, Corbin.
I grew up in Fort Wayne,
Indiana. And he knew some of my congregants around the corner in the back of your house. So it's a very small world. What can I say? But it's great to have you back, everybody. Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
And congratulations to everybody in Fort Wayne as well. I don't know if they're watching, but it's great to see you. We now gather all our simchas. We offer a prayer. Divine source of blessings, we thank you for everything that enriches our lives. We turn to you now with gratitude as we share in the happiness of all those who have marked their birthdays, baby namings, anniversaries, good news, and 100 years of accomplishments. Adonai, be with them now and always. May they be blessed with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow, and with much health and happiness, now and always, as we honor each one of you for the gifts that you bring to our sacred community. Together, we join in song to mark this sacred occasion.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
We continue together with Aleinu L'Shabeach. It is on page 586. If you're able, please stand and join us.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
As we prepare for our moment of remembrance, I invite you to turn to page 592. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and all men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you would need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that is left of me is love, give me away. We are observing the Shloshim period for my aunt, Irma Karapan the Massa. And on this Shabbat, we remember the following yortzites of members of our congregation: Ann Kader Aronson, Nathan Beckerman, Saul Bayer, Celia D. Karapan, Deborah Ruth Levitt Dutton, Ira Dye, William Engelberg, Donald Epstein, Luther J. Fowler, Truman Friend, Esther Goldman, Maurice Gorski, Robert Gould, Santa Hirsch Bilsberger, Maurice H. Karch, Robert Clapper, Darlene M. Meltzer, Max Moses, Mamie Nathan, Gerald Paisner, Joseph Razavsky, Julian Siegel, Max Swade, Earl Unell, Sadie Waknov, Sam Weingarten, Joseph Wennick, Shirley White. Zichronam livracha, may the memories be for a blessing. So we together rise on page 598 to recite Kaddish Yatom. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דא אמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו
It is now time for some announcements, and I would like to invite Aviva Simons to join us on the bima for that part.
This is Aviva's song.
Shabbat Shalom. It is indeed. Yep. Thank you very much to our worship team tonight, Rabbi Katapan, Leslie Zucker, Tim Infan, Howard Pittler, Joel Critchever, and Lauren Sickle. Thank you all very much. Thank you also to our Shalom squad tonight, who welcomed us all back home to Beth Torah, Scott Franklin, Laura Infan, and Ron Zipper. Thank you very much. And last but not least, thank you to Dave Zucker and Emma Bowen for bringing us beyond our walls tonight onto all of our live streaming platforms. A few announcements. Tomorrow morning, our Shabbat celebration will continue at 9:00 a.m. with Sichat Shabbat, our Shabbat conversation. All are welcome to join us in person here at Beth Torah and online via Zoom. Then at 10:30 a.m., we will have our Shabbat morning service. Again, all are welcome in person or online. And believe it or not, next Friday is the final Friday of March. Hard to believe. March 25th, and believe it or not, it is our Mizmor Shir Shabbat, so it is even more musical, which is wonderful, if it's possible. So next Friday, join us at 6:30 back here and online. A few things happening before next Friday. First of all, tomorrow night is our final Purim celebration until next Purim. So join us at Crane Brewery. Michael Crane, who is one of our members, is a co-founder of Crane Brewery. He brewed his own Hamantashen beer. I have not tasted it, but we should all taste it tomorrow. This event is 21 plus. It will be a great time to schmooze and get to know one another. We'll do a very quick Megillah reading and a costume contest. So join us for some fun at the brewery. On Sunday, join Leslie for the service of spiritual renewal for Passover through Jewish Family Service. All are welcome in person at Village Shalom. We do ask that you email to RSVP though, so take a look in the e-news for all of the details, but it will be a wonderful service. And rehearsals for Israel Shabbat begin next week. So if you are interested in singing in the volunteer choir or playing in the volunteer band, let Leslie know when you can. And two last quick announcements. We are very excited about our Jewish Living class for Jews. So if you're interested in learning more about specific topics within Judaism, this is the class for you. Take a look in the e-news because the deadline is coming up for registering. So go ahead and register, and we look forward to that. And believe it or not, Passover is less than a month away. So we just launched our multi-access congregational Seder. So how that's going to work is it will be live streamed and people can join us in person. So take a look online for all of the information. It will be very exciting. And last but very not least, thank you very much to Deborah Dukoski and Robert Dukoski for sponsoring To Go Oneg To Go, woohoo, in honor of Elijah. Thank you.
We conclude our time together singing Esa Einai. It's on the screen and it's on page 643 for those of you following in the Siddur. If you're able, please stand and join us. Oh, wait a minute. Go back. And this actually, it's, you didn't put it there. It's the music is being composed by the composer himself, singing it. Tim and
Okay,
now we can.
Esa Einai el Harim me'ayin yavo Ezri me'im Adonai Ose shamayim va'aretz.
Let's say it a little faster.
Esa Einai el Harim me'ayin yavo Ezri me'im shamayim ba'aretz.
Here we go.
Esa'enai ele harim me'ayin yavo Ezri me'im Adonai oseh shamayim ba'aretz.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Take care of each other out there.